What's going on? Man, I wanted to knock this shot real quick. Cause I did wanted to try to present them defensive ends today, but I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know because I did peep the Joe Milton trade. So I remember Joe Milton, and I peeped some, and I peeped. What was it, that Buffalo Bills game? I peeped that. So let me tell you something. So we gonna keep it real, right? Joe Milton. So I seen him. So what they? So I believe they got a compensatory. Let me see. They gave up a compensatory fifth pick. Let me make sure I got that right. Pat sending second year QB and a 7th round pick to Dallas for a fifth. That's not a bad deal for Joe Milton. That's not a bad deal for a potential starter QB. That has some arm talent. I mean, that's not a bad deal. Me personally, I would have went with a couple of the quarterbacks that's coming out in this draft. I mean, they still could do it, but that's not a bad deal. So I'll be real with that. That's a decent deal if that's all of the details that's in that deal. Now. So Trey Lance ain't here. They need a quarterback of the future. I mean, looking at the thing, they said that Joe Milton preferred to be with the Dallas Cowboys. So evidently, he knows something that we all know as well. I don't think Dak Prescott is going to play out his contract. I believe Joe Milton will put pressure on him in regards to his starting job, even though he received some money, he received a bag. I believe Joe Milton will put pressure on him. And Dak Prescott under pressure, he doesn't play well under pressure. So I wouldn't be surprised if, especially looking at the schedule, Dak Prescott has a similar year that he had last year, and he ended up getting canned. He ended up getting benched. And if Joe Milton performs, then it's a wrap. It's a Russell Wilson, Matt Flynn situation. Terminator Milton got a rocking arm, can run and throw. Yes, I agree. So let's talk about what I seen at Tennessee slash some of the film that I seen versus the Pats and the Bills film when he took the start. So let's talk about it. Tennessee, you could see the rocket arm, right? You could see the arm strength. You could That's a plus, especially in the cold weather. That's a plus. Being able to make some special throws, that's a plus with that rocket arm, right? That's gonna come in handy, especially especially if you having a quarterback that you have right now that can't throw to a speedy wide receiver, and you was to get a speedy wide receiver, that's a plus. You know what I mean? So this is my evaluation of Joe Milton. You can see the raw talent. You can see the arm. You can see the mobility. You can see the way he can extend plays. The accuracy is just inconsistent at times. Like there's times where he'll make a good throw, and there's times like there's something like certain basic throws that he's a little inaccurate on. So basically, him having the consistency to make the routine throws. And I noticed some of his inaccuracy is kind of in the intermediate throws, right? Some of his ball placement was a little bit off. Like he would throw it behind a wide receiver, but there was times where he would put it on the money. And I seen that he was able to, you know, make some tight window throws as well. So that tells me, in looking at it, right, and even probably paying more closer attention, some of that is mechanics. Some of that is mechanics. So it ain't like he can't do it. It's just to make sure that he consistently does it. So that falls on hard work, that falls on fixing on his technique, and that also falls on coaching. Now, does Dallas have the coaching aspect to go ahead and be on him to fix it? Or does he have the hard work aspect to try to go ahead and fix it outside of Dallas? You know? But it can be fixed. And Dallas Cowboy Nation, you do have some things that you can work with. So if he's a hard worker and he's not put into pressure right away, he's going to have a preseason to work. I would really give him all the reps this preseason, because you don't just trade for him, don't think that he could potentially take over. So I will give him all the reps in the preseason. I will give him as many reps as I can in training camp, right? Because I know Dak Prescott faked that injury. So if he want to continue to go ahead and play along with it in training camp, then I will give that man as many reps as possible. I will want to get him ready. I wouldn't put nobody into starting. I would go in with Joe Milton being my secondary QB, and him potentially being able to come in. Because I'll be honest with you, right? My main thing is his mind. And he seemed like he a gamer, right? I haven't seen him in no pressure situations to be able to tell you all right. But as far as like the confidence is there. The confidence is there. You know, there's sometimes with Joe Milton, right? Because he got such of a rocket arm, like on throws that he should have touch. You know, he throws it hella hard. You know what I'm saying? When he should have took something off and put some touch on it, though. But that's also something where he can learn. Now, it's unfortunate that he didn't have no coaching in his early years, college and high school, for him to be able to be taught that. But just like Jalen Hurts, it's fixable. Just like Jalen Hurts took the time to get better, I believe Joe Milton can take the time to get better. Just take time. And he's not rushed into a spot where he just has to start right now. So that'll give him time to develop. Now, Dallas Cowboy Nation, like I said, I'll be honest with you and looking, this thing has some potential. I'll just tell you that. Trey Lance had potential, but Trey Lance ain't here, so we got to move on. Joe Milton had some potential. I know somebody I heard a couple times they want to compare him to Josh Allen hella bad. No, this ain't no Josh Allen situation, right? Because and looking and remembering looking at him at Tennessee, because I remember watching him. I think I talked about him some more on the last, but if I didn't, because I believe I wrote him off, right? Because one thing, and part of the reason why I wrote him off, just like Anthony Richardson, right? When we talked about Anthony Richardson, I was like, Anthony Richardson got all the talent in the world as far as physical, but can he get coached? Can he put it together? Can he? And so far, he ain't put it together. So I'm like, okay, so Dallas Cowboys, you know, because situation matters. Can the Dallas Cowboys help this man put it all together? Who's coaching him at Q? Was it Scott Tolzien? I mean, Scott Tolzien ain't did. You know what I mean? We need somebody that's gonna coach. You know, and Mike McCarthy definitely wouldn't have been the coach for this one. You need a coach that can coach somebody like him. You know, I know RPOs. RPOs is money for him. I've seen that a lot at Tennessee. You know, but at the end of the day, right, I need to be able to see that you can make them throws when they matter the most. Because when you get down to crunch time situations and you get to, you know, playoff situations, you got to be able to make them throws. Now, I'm not saying that he can, because I've never seen him in position where he had to, because I remember looking at him at that Georgia game versus Tennessee. They was getting their ass beat. I believe I watched him at Florida, you know. So it's a little different situation. So it'll be interesting. And then to come in and see him against the Buffalo Bills, I know it was the last game of the year, you know what I'm saying? But going with what the Patriots had versus what the circumstances what the Buffalo Bills had, I mean, it's interesting. So I would have to see more before I really said, like, oh, okay, Cowboy Nation, right? But what I'm telling you now is that the physical characteristics is there. Now I need to see, like, is the mental there? Can he put it together? Because if you got a quarterback that can put it together, then you might got you a starter. And then and if you do got you a starter, you got you a starter that you could save some money on. So you didn't sit over there and botch that contract with Dak Prescott, but paying him will be what, 30 mil? Cause he ain't proved himself. So you pay him what, 30 mil? You pay him like a Daniel Jones contract or something like that. Maybe like 35 or something. You ain't gotta pay him that much. Seeing that he ain't got no he really ain't got no film other than the last game and maybe some preseason. He ain't got no film. So that can work out, but the Dallas Cowboys ain't, like, who are, like, other than maybe some offensive linemen, like, who has the Dallas Cowboys been, like, developing? I mean, like, you gave up on Trey Lance, so I mean, shit, you ain't developed Trey Lance, so that's what don't give me hope for this situation though. As much as we may be excited about the physical characteristics that Joe Milton had, I'm looking at your track record. I'm looking at your, because Cooper Rush was pretty much already made. He just ain't had no arm strength. They can't even get Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, like you can't even have a coach, man, that'll help. Like Dak Prescott needs assistance mentality wise, but it's too late for him in the game. Though it's too late. He already too deep in the game. He needed that early on. You know? Yeah, yeah. I like the, yeah, low, yeah. I like the move. I think the move was cool. Like, you got a potential quarterback and you didn't give up much for that. So I like the move, you know. You taking a risk, because I mean, even all the quarterbacks in the draft, regardless, like, it's still a risk. Like I told you, I'm not even a big Cam Ward fan. I think I didn't really say it though, because I don't be trying to like dog walk, but to me mentally, I think he a dumbass. When I was looking at him read some of them defenses, I think he a dumbass. What I'm saying? Like, he got like we said with Cam Ward got like physical talent. Like, he got talent. And I said that. He got talent. But when it come down to what he sees, I think he a dumbass. you know? I could see Lockett potentially because of the Schottenheimer thing, right? And needing a vet. Dude, I think this team does need a vet. So for something cheap, I wouldn't be mad at no Lockett, but you still would have to go get you another wide receiver, though. You couldn't rely on that, saying that he can't stay healthy, but I wouldn't be mad at it, though. I I would, to be honest with you, I would really be on board with that. Just off of you know what I'm saying, like, to maybe help CD Lamb, because CD Lamb shouldn't be the vet in the locker room and the wide receiver room. He shouldn't be. He need him a real OG up in that mug. Like, there's certain positions that really need an OG up in there, man. And like I said, with Demarcus Lawrence put no OG in there though. Like, he was an OG when it come down to setting it by example. But like remember when we said it, like, I don't think number 11 and then respected him. And to be honest with you, like, he should have, just off a gameplay point of view, but he wasn't no OG. And I think Tyler Lockett would be a good OG. You know, I wouldn't expect no 1,000-yard season, even though he still has something in the juice that probably could potentially give you that. But I wouldn't expect no 1,000-yard season. But I would have expect for an OG to be in that locker room, because you can't go in there with Turpin, CD, Tolbert in a draft a wide receiver and just think we gonna thug it out. I think we need an OG up in there. You know, shoot, I would be for Keenan too. I like Keenan, man. I think Keenan would be something like Like just for me in general, you know what I mean? Because when Keenan came out, I was big on Keenan. I liked the Keenan. I thought he was good, man. So Keenan will just be like for me, just like taking it back, like you know what I'm saying, back in the day type shit, but nothing more. But yeah, I would be for the Lockett situation though. But yeah, Milton is still a toss up, y'all. Like I said, characteristics is there, the physical characteristics is there, but I just want to see how he responds mentally. Does he get better? Just like when we was looking at Trey, like we seen Trey start to get better. Trey just need an opportunity, like a real opportunity, man. And I think he'll be all right. So hopefully he get it because if Trey don't get an opportunity, Trey gonna be out the league soon. Shit, he gonna be playing in Canada or something, man. That goes to show you, like sometimes, man, these politics, man, and opportunity really hinder a QB. Cause I seen somebody over there in the Canada League that really should be playing on Sundays, ain't playing on Sundays. But yeah, you get somebody, but with Joe, you get somebody that's gonna take off, that you can run it. Cause I believe he scored on a read option against the Bills. So you get somebody that's a red zone threat, a short yardage threat, somebody that can extend plays, that's willing to take off, a big arm, right? Just got to work on that consistency, accuracy rise. Because I haven't like I'm telling you, this is like my concern. My concern is because I don't see players being developed no more. Like I don't see players being took to the next level anymore. Like what they see, like what I see in regards to how they come out in college, that's pretty much how they are. They might just be a little bit more refined, but I don't really see too much no more developing no more. It's like these coaches is scared of these players. And all the real coaches that really want to coach, man, they done ran off because all this soft ass stuff that's going on. So can the Dallas Cowboys develop Joe Milton? Is the question. That's the question. Can they develop Joe Milton? And if they can, then this is gonna work out in our favor. If they can't, I mean, shit. I mean, I guess at worst it'll be a backup quarterback. And I don't think that's bad either because you needed one. You know, and I believe that at worst, I believe Joe Milton could be a backup QB at worst. But Joe Milton, for him saying that he requested to be with the Cowboys and they granting that request, man, Joe Milton think he could start off over here, and I ain't mad at it because I believe that you could even with what you got right now because that's how much of a bum I think Dak Prescott is. If we just keep it in a stack. I think you can take that boy's spot. In reality, if what you see, if what I see is what I get for Joe Milton, I believe that shit's still better than Dak Prescott. I'll just be honest with you. Cause y'all remember what I said. If you can use your legs, that makes up a little bit with your ability to scan the field. You see it with Josh Allen. You see it with Lamar Jackson. You see it with the Washington QB. If you able to move, that helps make up for your ability to not be able to scan the field at a high level. And with Joe Milton being able to move, that's going to help his ability in regards to scanning at it. Because I know he ain't scanning at no high level. I've seen that, you know. But it ain't bad though. There's something to work with though. It's something to work with. And you just see like he brings like a level of excitement to the game. So I know that was one thing in regards to Jerry Jones thinking in regards to acquiring him too. Like he just brings a level of excitement to the game. Dak Prescott don't, you know? Like Joe Milton mess around and he'll make like three people miss and then like make a big chunk play, right? So he'll bring like a level of excitement to the game and bring you some juice and some energy. You know, we don't have no juice and no energy in regards to rolling with foe. So he brings you some juice and some energy, and you do need some juice and some energy in here because this locker room, I know they don't believe in Dak Prescott. I don't believe in Dak Prescott, and you guys don't believe in Dak Prescott. So we need somebody that's gonna go here, man, and get the locker room revitalized, right? Because regardless of what people want to say or not, Them boys believed in Cooper Rush. They knew his limitations, but they believed that he was going to do enough. Why you think that they thought that they could still make the playoffs with Dak being out? Because you don't just think that you can make the playoffs and go for it if you don't believe in Cooper Rush. Come on, man. We can see everything through the lines, but we know what's up. We know what's up. I know it's going to be a work in progress though, so he's still early in the game. He's still early in the game, so he still got work to do. So the good thing about him being young and early in the game is that he can improve. My thing is I want to see him do because if I see him taking steps toward improvement, especially like putting touch on that ball, being consistent with his mechanics and throwing down the field, then I believe you got you a starter. If he getting better, working hard, fixing what he got, you got you a starter. I believe that. I honestly believe that, y'all. But that's on him. So we're basically saying, all right, Joe, what you gonna do? You in Dallas? Where he from? Is he from Texas or something? Cause that's crazy that you want to be with Dallas. Like I haven't heard that in quite some time that he wants to be a Cowboy. Somebody want to be a Cowboy. I haven't heard that in quite so long. Dallas fan, appreciate that 499. Like this trade, and I feel Cooper would have made it to the playoffs if he start. Oh, for sure. For sure. If he would have played that whole Atlanta game, we would have won that game. For sure. They choked the Bengals game. So that's another win that they took from them. So that's a couple more wins right there. Just right there alone. For sure. For sure. I'm with you on that. So that goes to show you, right, that regardless of what we got, like the quarterback position is holding you back. And for some reason, Jerry Jones wanted to go ahead and give out more money to a really a undeserving quarterback, right? Like I hate to say that in regards to, you know what I'm saying, anybody getting their money, but Dak Prescott didn't deserve that shit, man. He didn't deserve that. What the did he do to get to be the highest paid quarterback? Come on, man. Come on, man. If so it's gonna be interesting, and then it's gonna be. It should probably help. It's not gonna help Dak Prescott because we already been in this situation before. But like, say for instance, if Joe Milton was to be put in a situation, if Brian Schottenheimer is committing to the run game, man, that's gonna be cool for Joe. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see him in there. I want to see him grow. Like what else? Like I mean, we know what we gonna get with Foe. So shit, put him in there. I understand from a politics and a money point of view, they're gonna start it off with Dak. Shit, put him in there, man. Like I said, if Dak played the way he did early on, bro, Dak getting benched, y'all. You ain't got no choice but to get to bench Dak. And bro, with some of the teams that we playing, like I think I seen Texans and some of them other, bro, Dak gonna get benched, bro, because he's playing against some good teams. He going to get some good teams. You know, they should have benched him last year because he was fucking horrific. Dak Prescott did everything in his power to try to throw away that Pittsburgh game. Remember, you could say all you want to, but Dak was getting ready to get banged up by Justin Fields twice. Bears and Pittsburgh. So, hey man, if Joe Milton could come in there and take that boy spot, man, I'm with it. So instead of for Lance, we're rooting for Joe, man. So we hoping Joe gonna say today. So Joe, I hope, man. Hey, man, if Joe listening, because I'm pretty sure I know these players. But Joe, man, look, if you listening, homie, work hard, Fix up your mechanics and take this boy's spot, man. Kick this boy up out of here, man. I know you came here, homie, because you know number four a bona fide scrub. You know this was the best situation for you to potentially be a starter. And you are correct. And you could do it this year. Put pressure on him early. Training camp, preseason, and he gonna have that on his back, man. Every time he throw a pick, man, he gonna be thinking about, damn, Joe might come in here. Every time he make a dumbass play, he gonna be like, damn, Joe might come in here. Every time he doesn't take off for a first down, he gonna be like, damn, Joe might get up in here. Hey, man, put that pressure on him, Joe. Take his spot. Me, I'm tired of that boy. And I hope, man, they don't pay number 11. Let's go ahead and get you some weapons. Man, look, I'm already you know how they be talking about this manifesting shit? Hey, bro, I'm manifesting Joe to become the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback this year. Well, I'm manifesting that. They tell me manifestation is a real thing. Well, I'm really manifesting Joe Milton, bro. I'm manifesting him to take Dak Prescott's spot. Yeah. And even that Tampa game, like he was supposed to win that game. Cold game. Cause that Tampa team, that wasn't that yeah. I knew he was gonna dog walk them. So it's like when you play against scrubs, he gonna come up. Cause I know they talk about that Green Bay playoff games, but I could have swore he was down like four tugs in that Green Bay playoff game, the first one. So and then he been getting garbage yards ever since his rookie year. I think one of his best performances that I remember that I could see to this day was against that Vikings game, his rookie year. And I think it was like a Thursday game. And I remember, man, it was like a 3rd and 15. And he used his legs to go get that first. You know what I'm saying? It was a big first. I think that's probably one of the better games that I've seen him play. Like his rookie year. But then when you look at it, what was the circumstances, man? I think Antonio Romero Romo was in his ear. That's what it was. I honestly do believe that. I honestly do believe that. I think that's his best year, bro. Not that little weak ass MVP year, candidate year that they talking about. I think the first year, man, with Antonio Romero Romo in his ear, bro. I honestly believe that was his best year, his rookie year, and he's had that similar circumstances since then. But ever since Romo been gone, he ain't put it together. You didn't have quarterback friendly coaches. You didn't have Garrett. You didn't have Kellen Moore. You didn't have McCarthy. You didn't brought in Tozine. You didn't have everything to go ahead, man, and try to help you for you to see things from a quarterback perspective, and you still give us the same scrub results all the time, homie. It wasn't Kellen Moore. You can see that now. What's his name got better with Kellen Moore too. Jalen Hurts, and they won a Super Bowl. Shit, I rest my case on that, huh? Shit, man. But let me get that because I want to try to present them DNs today, man. I was looking at some of them safeties last night. Jesus Christ, man. Just looking at the DBs. Damn, man. There's like a couple of them that I liked, and I'm talking about including the corners. But other than that, bro, ugh, ugh. And then I'm doing the best because, like, for some reason, this year the angles for me looking at these DBs is a little off. So I did the best that I could, and I do, like I said, I did got some all 22 film, but they put all of it together, man. So it was like 2 hours, and and I ain't got that time to be spending 2 hours on one player. You know, looking at it all and then going through it, and that's probably like three hours on one player. I ain't got that time, y'all. And plus the draft coming up in what, 3 weeks or something. So we got to knock these people out, man. But was he? Interesting. He was working out with Dak recently, huh? He was over there calling on Tyrone, huh? You could just call on Romo. Call him. Hey man, hey, I swear everything I love, boy. These boys be listening up over here, man. Hey, Dak, you smart. And who be saying that? You smart. You smart. Hey, hey, man, that boy smart working with that boy, man. Shoot. They can say what they want, but Romo know him some football, man. He just a gunslinger. They don't get that same energy to Brett Favre. Shit, he did the same man. He just got him one. That's the only difference. If Romo would have had him one, they wouldn't be talking about that man. Shoot. Damn, that boy broke that. And that boy called. He said, "Tony, man." He Tony, I know they about to bring in another QB, man. Tony, man. At least keep my job for another couple years, Tony. Tony, I just built a house, Tony. Oh man. But that's smart though. He better work with Romo. Shoot, that boy's smart for that. Shoot. They need to bring Romo in as a consultant so he can be in his ear. That's what you need to do. You need to take Romo away from that broadcasting. He ain't got to be no coach, but have him be in your ear. Pay him to review your film every week. Be in your ear. That's what you need, boy. Shoot, that's hella funny that he was working. Like we've been talking about how long we been talking about that, bro. Yeah, he know what's up. Dak, man, come on, man. These players know what's up, man. Like, I don't know why they try to, man. I don't know why we can see it, but they can't see it, man. That just goes to show you, bro. They let anybody become pro. If you big, you can run fast. Shit, you a pro. You ain't even got to have no skills no more, man. If you big and you run fast, you a pro. If you an athletic freak, you a pro. Michael Parsons. But you know, shit, man, you ain't gotta have no skills no more. Because man, the common sense, man, it ain't common, we see. God damn, man. But yeah, man, let me get up and move, man. Get my workout and stuff like that in, man. I'm gonna try to go ahead, man, and present these edge players to y'all, man. Let y'all know what I seen. And if I got time, I could go ahead and present them corners too, because I'm already on the safeties, man. I think I'm already like almost halfway deep in with the safeties too, bro. Look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. It's tough to watch. Like with the corners, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had I was watching one corner, I turned that off, man. Like this, bro, it's hard to watch, man. It's really hard to watch these players. But I'm doing it though, man. I'm doing it though. But it's been a while since I like felt like this, like from a whole position standpoint, man. Like the defense, like hopefully the linebackers can give me some love when I go down to the linebackers because man, what I've seen from the defense in totality, man, Landon Jackson, we ain't even talking about it. I ain't gonna spoil it yet. I ain't even gonna spoil it yet, man. Hey, I ain't even gonna spoil. Like, yeah, I already did spoil it. I made a post, but yeah, Landon Jackson gave me hope. But other than that, man, I ain't feeling him, man. I'll be honest with you. So it's good that the Dallas Cowboys is going after these players, man. That's already established because, bro, that draft philosophy, it's not going to work no more. They suck. But anywho, yeah, man, let me get things ready so I can try to go ahead and at least present these edge players to y'all today, man, at least. So let me go ahead and get ready so I can try to work on that. But all right, y'all, man. I should be talking to y'all soon. Gone.